Well, what do you know? I'm back. We just talked about balance and arm weight on the five fingers and how the arm moves over and how you come out for the longer fingers and go in for the shorter ones. So now we're ready to introduce something else. There are actually four arm movements. There's up and down, there's side to side, there's in and out, and there's forearm rotation. So today we're going to learn a combination of forearm rotation and walking hand in arm. So let's get going. So once you're able to do this, and sometimes I start students in this treble C area rather than middle C because students have a tendency to do this with their wrists to twist. So I like to make sure that we're not too far in front of the body. There are ways of handling that, but from the beginning, sometimes I do this position and this position. Um, so here we are having learned this, coming out for the longer fingers and going in for the shorter fingers and moving over. But as you know, most melodies require legato. So how do you hold on to this key and drop your weight into the next one um, without pushing? So that's the next question. What we do is we use something called forearm rotation. And forearm rotation is the only arm movement that is just as fast as the fingers. You can do it very fast, and you can do it forever because using the muscles in this direction relaxes the ones that would go in this direction. So you're relaxing the opposing muscle groups each time you make a new movement. So rotating when you're in the five finger pattern is going to look something like this. So that is a rather complicated pattern of double and single rotations. I have a preparation for the thumb from the opposite direction from the right, and then I play the thumb, and at the same time I roll my hand and arm over to the left. You can see that the elbow has to get involved too, for reasons that we'll explain later. And then coming down so that my palm is parallel to the floor. I'm not over this way, I'm just straight up and down, almost like there's a little bucket here. Now that I'm straight up and down, I don't want to do this for the third finger, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come back and then swing into the key. That's what we call a double rotation. Then when I'm straight up and down on the third finger, I'm going to have to come back and swing like this, and then do the same thing for the fifth finger. Playing the fifth finger, you can see I go past the point where I'm parallel with my palm to the floor. So now I'm able to swing back to 4, and then I'm going to be able to swing back to 3, and then back to 2, and back to 1. So most of these are double rotations. We will get into this in more detail in other videos. Thank you.